they do specific segments where they're doing like chat shows and they're just talking to them.
Well, I mean, I think I engage from the second I hit start to the second I end, and I think that is like the newer generation coming up is really, really, no matter what you're doing, you should be actively engaging. So I don't think there's a switch. I mean, now if you mean like active video games, such as like your game, like when am I engaging with streamers as when am I playing my own game, I think it's a balance, right? Because a streamer can feel the vibe of their channel. And sometimes they're like, oh, I need to wake my channel up. I need to engage. I need to make maybe a little bit more connection. But at the same time, a streamer has only so much energy. And when you're engaging not only in chat, but playing games with your viewers, it's like double the drain. So I know there is a balance sometimes of doing like maybe a single player for a little bit and then maybe an interactive game for a little bit. But I think it really comes down to who you're talking to, if they're engaging chat or not. Because I there's never a second I'm not engaged with chat.
Yeah, for me, chat is king.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I'll die over and over and over again in game.
Yeah, more than half. Yeah. I tell everybody I'm going to play with on game, I'm like, hey, on Discord, if chat interrupts me and we die, you can't be mad. I mean, otherwise, don't invite me to the thing.
To that point, I'm the opposite. I will hyper focus on a game and be like, chat, forget about it. So it's also important to me that in those situations, like chat can engage with each other, right? Because if I'm not doing it with them, I'm kind of relying on them to keep a conversation going or laugh at me or whatever. So if there is something that is still passive in terms of like, I'm not necessarily engaging, but they're able to compete in something or have a leaderboard or what, you know, that is important in a lot of cases.
I think I can answer that question with a little anecdote of I did a stream once pretty recently actually where I played Magic the Gathering Arena blindfolded and had my friend coach me on which direction to go purely based on what chat was telling him to do. So I didn't have to read any of chat, but it was entirely them guiding me. And we actually used Magic's extension, which let chat mouse over each card and get more information on it, because I couldn't contextualize what I was seeing because I wasn't seeing anything. So it was entirely up to chat to, gather the information of what's on the board and then give me the best possible play. And then I would, inevitably misclick and buff the enemy. But it was a fun experiment.
So it depends on the streamer.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take there are two people standing. We'll do those quick. One question, one streamer answers. You were up first. We'll get you, and then we're done. What's your question?
Okay, so we've heard a lot of awesome stuff today, and I've heard like three main things. One is extension awareness, engagement, and monetization. Awareness, I think Ninja614, I hope I said that right, you said something about my users don't understand extensions. And I think that's a lot on the Twitch side of like, how do we make this ubiquitous across all platforms? That's really good. Awareness is like, how do we discover extensions and how do we get people to see like what an extension is? Monetization, you touched on, we don't want it to cut into our subs. I completely agree with that. But if we could tier some sort of functionality where tier 2 subs would get more functionality, more things to do in the extension, I think that could maybe promote more subs, promote more in monetization of the channel. So did I get that right, or are there any other things that we need to think about?
Who wants to take that? Has he got a good summary of the takeaways?
Sure.
That's not
yeah, I mean, it covers the big ones. I mean, if it's easy to use, it's easy to understand, and then it's makes a connection that I want to support the extension. I don't see why not. I think
Thank you. You handled my summary for me.
Last question. A lot of streamers, they say, we don't know what we want, but we want it right now.
So we've talked a lot about monetization, but I kind of want to talk about another M word, which is moderation. So like we've kind of said like, oh yeah, Twitch is trolls, haha, that's funny. But like as an openly queer streamer, like trolls aren't just haha, that's funny. That's death threats, that's slurs, that's things like that. So like, what would you like to see, if anything, from the extension or the developer world that would help moderate, chat, kind of take away the jokey side of like, haha, Twitch is trolls. Is there anything you'd like to be done about that? Like, is that something you're interested in, or is that just something that it's kind of only a minority of us worry about? Yeah, no, I mean, I get a lot of harassment. I've been doxxed multiple times. My parents have been doxxed. Like, there's a lot of nasty stuff out there.
I mean, Twitch does a great job of giving us a lot of tools to handle, trolls as it is. But I think you could always do more, such as I know when somebody's extremely nasty and I ban them, they're back 2.5 seconds with another account. If there was a way to maybe even see when accounts are under the same emails, so then that way, like, I'm not even second guessing. I'm just like boom, 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 boom. So when they have their 30 usernames coming in saying really nasty stuff, I could just flag them. I think definitely protecting people's information too. Like, I've taught people, the list where you're supposed to put bad words. Also put your actual personal information in. That way when a troll comes in, they can't be spamming your address in chat. What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a...
There's a no-win situation with that, but I'd rather not have 85 people have the address. If he has it, he has it, but the rest of chat doesn't know.
I would love to just say one thing, because I think it's important that if you are developing extensions, that you are at least thinking about moderation, right? Like, I'm not sure if there's an exact extension that could, like, assist with it, but, there are probably ways that people are going to want to abuse the extension. And so it is important, I guess it's like my plea to say, think about that. You'll have a much better experience if you do, because then you won't be sort of... Yes, the comments.
My take on that as well. If you give the streamer control of customizing the extension, they can format what specific inputs chat would have or the audience would have. And then that way, if you're uncomfortable with one of the existing options, or if you want to make sure that, they can only tell you to go left and right, they can. I mean, come on,
We do have to wrap up so everyone can get to lunch. Thank you for your question. What I'll say we'll take away as Twitch is, I think there's energy in this audience to help with the chat control and moderation problem, and we'll look at ways to open that up. So with that, I'd like to thank our panel. Please give all of them a round of applause. And I'd like to invite Amir Shavat back to the stage to wrap us up and direct us all to lunch. And we're out of here. Thank you again.
Thank you. That was very interesting. Yeah. Okay, I know I learned a lot of things. Okay, we are here for you. I want to make sure that you all know that. We are here.
What do you offer? Pop in anytime. Cheers, mate.